Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Telegraph Herald. More in the score. I'm your host, Steve Ortman. Little drool there. Alongside me this week, Tim O'Neill. Tim, how's it going?
Better than you, apparently. Sleepyhead.
God, it's been... God, kids, am I right? God, make you tired. You wouldn't know about that, but anyways, some viewers out there might know what I'm talking about. Kids, am I right? Anyways, let's go on to this week's episode. Let's start with, oh my gosh, the thriller. The Cy-Hawk thriller down in Ames. You were there. Walk us through it, buddy. What a crazy one.
Boy, it was probably the most amazing football game I've ever covered. 44-41 in overtime. Just the second time in 65 meetings that Iowa State have gone to overtime. And coincidentally, the two times they've gone to overtime, it has been 44-41 final scores. Those teams have now split those games. Iowa wins this one. They've split the last 20 meetings, and this one it had it all, really. Iowa State built an 11-point lead in the second half. Iowa State wiped it out, built its own 10-point lead, and then Iowa came roaring back, tied it up with a late, really exciting Akram Wadley touchdown reception from Nathan Stanley. Stanley threw 5 touchdown passes, and the Hawkeyes tied it up late. They pushed it to overtime. They forced a field goal, and then a really nice touchdown pass to Amir Smith-Marset, a freshman. Gave Iowa the win. The Hawkeyes are 2-0, sent Iowa State to 1-1, and just a really exciting atmosphere. And I talked with a couple of the key players in the game afterward. There was a big media scrum around these guys. Of course, they played a big role in the wins. Akram Wadley and Nathan Stanley, and here's what they had to say about the win and what happened in those final few plays.
What have you learned about yourself over these last couple of weeks to do it for the first time last week and to do it for the first time on the road here this weekend?
I think the biggest thing would be, there's always more in the tank, I guess. Obviously playing in a big game, you prepare more than you ever had in your life, and I definitely felt that the last 2 weeks. So.
There's all the talk about receivers and where you're going to find them, but you guys are developing some guys here with Easley, Font, and that. So you're getting some more targets out there, aren't you?
Yeah, they've been working hard all winter, all spring, and obviously through fall camp and up to this point, they've done a great job at working hard and getting better at their craft. They're just working hard every day to get better, just like everybody else.
Talk about your final touchdown play, the quick pass, and then you just found your way scampering down the field. Huge play. It's going to be the most talked about play probably.
Yeah, got a step on a linebacker, and Stanley dropped back. He was really composed the whole game. He looked down the field. He dumped it down to me. Everybody was open, and just run after the catch. He's tired of the drive going. And hats off to Nick and all the guys that was blocking upfield with them corners. They had some big, speedy guys, and I just had to finish it.
Did you know how many guys missed?
No, I was just running. I could hear the silence. Step out, because there is a 2-minute situation. No, I can't go.
Steve.
What?
We're back.
Oh, hey, great.
So Iowa hosts North Texas, 2:30 kickoff on Saturday.
Exactly, yes. My turn?
Your turn.
Oh, okay. For prep football? Prep football. Wahlert. By God, Wahlert got their first win of the season.
Wahlert got its first win of the season. Open district, play undefeated. Another big game for Colton Bartow. Third straight 100-yard game, ran for 191 yards and 4 touchdowns. Wahlert gets a 42-20 victory. And really, this was an important one for Wahlert because they had lost their opening 2 games by a combined 5 points. 2 rival programs, both of which play at a higher class than Wahlert. Those were 4A teams. Wallert's at 3A. So now they get back into their district, and they really took care of business. And talked to Colton Bartow after the game. Obviously, he's played a big role for them. And here's what he had to say about the Golden Eagles getting this win.
Kind of been the same theme for you the past 3 weeks. Kellen's the starter at running back. He comes out, kind of softens the defense up for a little bit, and then you come home and hammer it home. 3 straight 100-yard games. like I said, 190 yards and 4 touchdowns this week. So what's the biggest key for that rushing offense that you guys are able to keep churning out yards?
Kellen's a tough kid. He does it all. He's on pretty much everything. It's great to have him on the team. He's a great energy. And yeah, he probably does soften some kids up there for me. So I really appreciate him being on the team.
All right, defensively, it seemed like they really gave you guys a boost in the first half with the 3 and outs. Then you get the fumbled snap and the big punt return. Just how well did the defense and special teams play tonight?
I think we definitely stepped up in special teams. Had a couple missed tackles, but we didn't give up too much. And as our defense, I think they are elite. There's been a couple players that have been pretty good players, and we don't let up too much. Every once in a while, there's a couple plays that get behind us, but I think we're slowly learning, and we're going to be a pretty solid defense the rest of the year.
Oh, Bruno Mars. What? Whoa, we're live, right?
We're live.
Okay. You just finished talking about Waller?
Just finished talking about Waller.
Okay, well, I got one for you. Bellevue Comets. That's it. That's all I got.
We'll see you next week.
Bellevue Comets. I'm just kidding. They're 3-0 on the season. They're looking to defend their district championship. 54-13 win over North Cedar to improve to 3-0 last week. And Hunter Clausen had himself a ball game. Running back, 249 yards, 6 touchdowns on the ground. He had a great game. Enough about me. Let's hear from the man himself.
Defending the district title is to hopefully do it again, repeat from last year. We don't have the same guys that we did last year, but we have our team now, our junior class, which we're pretty good together. We always played football since 3rd, 4th grade. We just had that chemistry together, and we just worked together as just a team.
Yeah, no, Peter Kilberg was a record-setting running back for this team last year. You're the man now back there. Talk about stepping into those big shoes to fill and what it means for you to have such a great offensive line, just like last year, it seems like.
Stepping into Peter's shoes is a big shoe. I just watched him during practice. I didn't get a lot of reps in the field, but I just learned from him, and I learned how to get out of the pocket and get out into the sidelines and just try to score.
Now 3-0 to start the year, 1-0 in the district. Through 3 games, what do you guys think you learned about each other so far?
How to be great and just how to have each other's backs and just keep working hard.
All right, that was Hunter Clausen. Good to go. Settle down, Tim. I'm wide awake. I'm good. Thanks. Anyways, we're definitely good because we got some more great football coverage coming up this Friday night. You got the Bobcats in a big one.
Yeah, it was a really Western Dubuque's hello Class 4A we're here game last year. They upset Cedar Falls. Mm-hmm. This year Cedar Falls comes to Western Dubuque. Should be a really good one. I'll be out there.
Yep, I'm going to be going to Cascade. What a great matchup we have in 2A as the number 2 ranked Waukon Indians are coming down to Cascade to play the number 7 ranked Cougars. 2 highly ranked teams in 2A. Should be a big matchup, not only to determine district championship implications, but also who's going to get those top 2 slots in the district to qualify for the playoffs. So that should be a great game. Other games as well we'll have covered. TelegraphHerald.com as well as Telegraph Herald in the print edition on Saturday. And that is going to do it for this week's episode of Telegraph Herald. More than the score. I'm your host, Steve Ortman, alongside the man himself, Tim O'Neill. We will see you next week.
Go to bed.